Hi everyone! In this video, we will graph exponential functions. We know this is an exponential function because the variable is in the exponent. The base of this exponential function is 1/4, so b equals 1/4. This is between 0 and 1, meaning that this follows the pattern of an exponential decay, meaning that from left to right it will be moving downwards. I like to graph these by making a t-chart, and my favorite inputs that I pick for x are 0 and 1. However, just to get a better picture, we're also going to pick -1 and -2 just because. You don't have to graph those, too sufficient, but just so that we have a couple extras, we'll do these. Now, to substitute these in, we get positive 1/4, and we raise it to the x. In this case, we picked 0, and anything to the 0 power is 1. So we have our y-intercept at 0, positive 1, and we can graph it right here. Now let's substitute the positive 1, so we get positive 1/4 raised to the positive 1, which gives us positive 1/4. So we're going to move over 1 on our x-axis and up positive 1/4 here. That is sufficient to know if you know the shape of the exponential function, but we're going to do a couple more just because. Let's go ahead with the -1. So we get positive 1/4 raised to the -1, which means that we can bring in the -1 using the power rule. Because a negative exponent means that they will be on the wrong floor of the fraction, and it's going to both of them, it means they will both be on the wrong floor. So we can switch them around, making it 4 to the positive 1 and 1 to the positive 1, now that they're on the correct floor, and 4 divided by 1 is 4. So -1 gives us the point of 4. So we can graph this by going over 1 and moving up 1, 2, 3, 4 for our next point here. This is more than enough if we know the shape of an exponential function, and we can graph where we will have a horizontal asymptote right here, meaning that the graph will not cross this, but it will continually get closer and closer and closer in smaller increments. By substituting -2 in for x, we'll end up with 1/4 raised to the -2. And because we want to use the power rule going into both of these, it will then make both of them on the wrong floor of the fraction. So we'll have 4 to the positive 2 and 1 to the positive 2, moving them to the correct floor. 4 squared is 16 and 1 squared is 1. 16 divided by 1 is 16. So we'll have 16 here. And we go over -2 and up 16 will be about right here. And so now we can go ahead and connect all these. Again, if you already knew what the shape of the exponential function looks like, you could probably have done this with only 2. And there we go. Now we have our exponential function, and we're all done.